Hey guys, Sisker. It's been a few days since I last filmed, huh? Um, I. It's kind of funny. I actually plan to do the video I am currently doing. I was planning on doing that the same day as the last video I uploaded, but I didn't because by the time I got home to sit down and like film the videos and to film that video and whatnot, it was like really late by the time I got everything finished. So I decided to call it a night instead. But I am back. Um, I have a few videos I will be filming, so I am back at least for a little bit. Today I'm reacting to the Dead by Daylight 9.5.2 bug fix patch. This patch has been out for a few, like I would say, 2 weeks or somewhat like around 2 weeks now. Um, yeah, I know I'm late to this. I've been busy, of course. There's been some interesting things happening in my life, so to speak. Nothing bad, just um, some developments. So I just haven't had time, but I'm doing it now. Gameplay features, killer update for the Trickster. I'm really happy um, that Trickster did get reworked. The way he was before wasn't bad, but like I think everybody could tell he needed some work. Right. He wasn't that bad of a character or anything. It's just he struggled in certain areas for sure. So it's nice that he's actually been getting updated a little bit. I don't know how much better people consider him to be, of course, but I'm hoping he's better, getting better. Just because I think everybody wants all the killers to feel good. It's nice he's got some more changes here, so let's see what he got. Let's see what he got, shall we? Before I just ramble on about how cool it is he got changes. Laceration meter decay delay increased to 16 seconds was 12. Okay, so when you get the meter, it won't like go away as quickly. You have a bit more time with it. That's kind of nice. Trickster's add-ons updates. So common, we got the trick pouch, would increase his maximum carry blades by 8 was 4. So the trial was 8 extra blades was 4. Interesting. That kind of surprises me. I mean, he's got like 40. I forget exactly how many knives he has, like normally, but he's got a ton of knives on hand. Like, it's a lot for this game. So it's kind of interesting that that they increased that. I'm sure they had a reason. Maybe some players were complaining about, I don't know, something related to um I don't know. But I mean, cool, he's got more knives now. Like, I mean, he's already got a lot, but whatever. Okay. Common, killing part chords. Increases time before style ranks from D to A DK by 50% by what was 20%. See, that one, that's kind of huge. Nothing gets having more bullets. I mean, more chances to hit someone, that's always nice. But that is huge right there. Increasing the time before that style rank decay happens. It's kind of nutty when you think about it, especially when they increased it by 30%. I am someone who does not understand how percentages work. I see these numbers and I get confused when it's not what I think it is. Percentages are weird. I don't really understand them. It's just how my brain works. Math is hard. Math. It's also a human made thing, so whatever. But you know, that's nice though, because now you have a little bit more time. I'm not sure by how much in terms of like seconds, but you have more time before the rank starts to decay. Really nice. So you can keep all ranks D to A a little bit longer to get more use out of it, and I like that. Uncommon, we got Tequila Moonrock. Increases throw speed by 8% for 10 seconds after gaining a style rank. Was 15%. Interesting. So they nerfed this add-on then. So Tequila's Moonrock actually got nerfed. It used to be a 15% throw speed, but it got nerfed. Interesting. I wonder if maybe people were complaining about it being too fast, like Survivor players or something. Which led to the nerf. That would make sense. That's interesting actually. Then we have Uncommon Lucky Blade. On every 8 blade hit, okay, an additional bonus is assigned at random. Increases throw speed by 5% for 5 seconds, was 8% for 8 seconds. So that got a bit of a nerf. Gain 3% haste for 6 seconds, was 3 seconds, so that got a bit of a nerf. Gain an additional style point, which didn't get touched at all. Okay. What to unpack here? So Lucky Blade kind of fits its name in the sense that that is kind of a gambling perk, isn't it? That's kind of a gambling add-on, isn't it? Not bad though. Interesting that they nerfed 2 of them, not by a whole lot, but a little bit. The haste, like 3% haste, isn't bad. Definitely noticeable, especially for a killer like Trickster. You know, I believe he's a little on the slower end, so that's nice. Yeah, I can understand them nerfing that, but it's nice that, you know, that they didn't touch the haste speed at all. It's just how long you have it for, which is kind of nice. My guess is people felt like 6 seconds was too long or something, if my best guess for why that happened. And then the other one, right, throw speed by 5% for 3 seconds. Interesting that it used to be 8% for 8 seconds. So they nerfed it by 3% and for 3% in 3 seconds, which is interesting to think about. Not bad, but just kind of interesting. I can kind of understand that though. His default throw speed is really not that bad in my opinion. It just make it like faster. Like, yeah, there's definitely some moments where that's useful for. I suck as Trickster, so I can't really give the best advice over him, but you know, fair enough. Then we have Uncommon Bloody Boa. Decreases the speed at which laceration decays by 75% with 25%. That is huge. If I am reading this correctly, what that means is that now, if you use Bloody Boa, the speed at which the laceration decays by, is like way slower. If I'm reading this right. Which I may not be, but if I am reading this right, that's kind of cool. That might be a little too powerful considering they increased it by about 50%. That could be a little too powerful. They may need to tune that number down a little bit. But that's kind of crazy to think about, that if you use it, just if you use it, that laceration meter decay, you have a little bit more time to work with. Just kind of crazy. And then we have Rare Waiting for you, watch. Don't really understand what that's supposed to be. Well, okay. Decrease. I'm reading the wrong one, sorry. Survivors whose laceration meter fully the case are revealed for 10 seconds was 4 seconds. See, I personally think buffing that is nice because 4 seconds is barely any time to be seeing them auras. And again, if you're someone like me who can lose survivors very easily, 4 seconds isn't going to help me out much. You know what I mean? 10 seconds is definitely a lot more usable. So I like that. I like that one. I could see it being too powerful. For better Trickster players, but otherwise, you know, I think that's fine. It's helpful. Rare Ripper Brace. Interesting. Interesting name as well. For each style rank, you basic vault windows, basic break pallets, or breakable walls, and damage generator 6% faster was 3%. So my question to this was this one is this like a temporary thing that happens per rake up, or is this permanent in the sense of
use this promo code to get the legendary Cheshire Cat for free. Vibe coding in AI Studio with Gemini 3.
in the sense that, let's say you go from E to D, right? And you get that 6% boost because it used to be free. And then you get to go, and then you manage to go D to C. Is that now like a 12% boost on top of everything? Or is that just like a reset, another amount of 6%? I don't fully know. I have some questions on this one, but if it works in the sense that you're just that it's jumping up, right? So 6% then the 12 so forth. That is way too powerful in my opinion. That's nutty. That's insane. But if it's just like a resetted like 6%, so it's just 6% all the time no matter what, that's a little bit better, but still kind of nutty. 6% might be a little much. 3% may have been a little not enough is what I'm assuming the problem is. So hopefully 6% is better. But, you know. Finally, we have Visceral Death Throes compilation. Refills the blades by 75% the maximum weight but as 100%. That's also kind of crazy. I will say, it's kind of nice that an add-on that I can see why that's visceral. I kind of like having an add-on like that though, be higher rarity. The fact that you get so many knives, the fact that it is rewarding skilled players who are actually good at this killer and good at the game. Obviously, you kind of need to be good at both for to get any use out of this. I like the idea behind it. I love how you have it set up where if you're a good player, you go man. If you're a good player who manages to get the S rank and thus be able to use the main event, now after you use it, you get, instead of like half of your nice pack, you get almost all of your nice pack. You're just missing a few. I do like rewarding the players who are actually good at the game, because that's kind of crazy. The Trickster's add-ons reworks. Alright, so we got Common, which is Inferno Wires, increases the style rank timer of S rank by 20%. I kind of like that because when S rank ends, you go all the way back down to E rank. If what I remember, I think it might be harder to stay in S rank than any other one, which makes sense because they're expecting you to be like a more skilled, player and whatnot. Yeah, I don't necessarily have an issue with that. Again, just another perk that is rewarding actually skilled players. Like, that's very nice. Rare Fizz Spin Soda decreases the number of blade throws required to increase throw speed by 2. Interesting. That's also kind of nice. So then you can start throwing knives a little bit quicker. I don't really have an issue with that one. That one's kind of nice, actually. Rare on target single increases the duration of main event by 0.5 seconds for each blade hit while in S rank, up to a maximum of 20 seconds. Again, I think this one is fine because we're rewarding skilled players. Based on how the style rank works, to me, I don't see a lot of non-good players making it to S rank like ever. I know I definitely probably never ever could with my current skill level because I'm just that dog shit. So. Bug fixes audio. Alright. Fix an issue where globally survivors in a building can hear the hunter's lullaby from any distance. I guess if we're talking like realism here, I'm a little confused by this one because I'm pretty sure you would hear that in a building, especially because there's there's no loud noises usually happening in the buildings. Like in this game, obviously in real life, yeah, if there's loud noises, you're not gonna hear, her humming. But in the game, it kind of makes sense that you do. She's not exactly being quiet with the lullaby. So, but at the same time, I get it. So I'm not fully complaining because I do get it. But I definitely get it because like that's not how they had it intended. So that's fine, I guess. Fix an issue with the unknown's mask customization. Place the male voice on always. I forget what the unknown's mask customization is. I'm assuming that's just like his head. Do they mean like his head cosmetics? That's weird that I was just playing male was. That's kind of weird. Fix an issue where Victor Belmont, who I don't know, who looks freaking terrible. Like Victor Belmont, I'm not trying to be mean here. I get why they did it, kinda, because he's a skin over, over someone else. But Victor Belmont in this game, I don't know, I haven't seen it in a little bit, but from what I remember, the face looks freaking. The face looks so bad. And not only that, but the fact that but just like Smash Brothers, Richter looks so much better. Though again, I get it because he's an outfit over Trevor, and Trevor doesn't look like Richter. But God, Richter looks so bad in this game. It's missing audio in the intro animation. To be fair, who's playing Richter? Like, there might be a handful of people who own the skin or do play, and that's fair. But a lot of people, I remember when this thing released, were like complaining about how it looked. So I get it, but at the same time, I'm kind of just like, with how many people complained about it, I just wonder how big of an issue this is in the sense of like affecting a lot of people. Fix an issue where static audio can be heard when 11 is briefing game. I still do not have her, so I don't really know how loud her briefing is normally, but that's kind of a problem. They're not supposed to be staticky. That's a problem. Fix an issue where multiple outfits don't have the menu theme of their respective collection. That's also kind of weird. I like how certain outfits have themes in the menu. It makes those outfits feel more unique. It makes, whatnot, instead of just hearing the normal sound. So I really am glad they fixed some of those, because that's kind of nice. That makes them feel like, unique again. Fix the issue with a creeping fog 5. I don't know what that is. Journal entries missing audio. I don't even understand what you're talking about. I'm assuming this is one of the things in the I forget what that thing was called. Yeah. Fix an issue where 2 walls of the shop emit a metallic or a glass breaking sound when hidden Trickster's delusion map. Okay, that one's just kind of whatever sounding to me, but fair enough, I guess. Blood Moon. Let's get to something. Hopefully it's not just a whatever bug fix. Fix an issue where the stop leak action could be performed while holding a blood can. I don't know what that means. I still have not played this Blood Moon event. Orange has though. He played like a couple of matches of it, but I've yet to. We've talked about maybe doing it, but I don't know if we're actually going to or not. But we have talked about it. What improvement? Fix an issue causing boss to be unable to complete multiple charged interactions. I don't really know what they mean by charged interactions, especially not when they add the word multiple to it. The way I interpret this is the bot somehow gets confused by like trying to do too many, like by having too many like computer like inputs happening in the AI brain, so to speak. So like things happening in the game, leading to too much like happening that the bot is trying to do, and like process and stuff, which like led to it being unable to complete things, but I also don't understand what this means. Just because just because I don't really know what they mean by charged, by multiple charged interactions. Characters. Fix an issue where the crawling animation for female survivors wasn't playing properly. By crawling, do they mean crouch walking? Because that's not crawling. Crawling technically would be,
He's got pull-ups training pants. They look just like undies.
Crawling is where you're on both your hands and knees and you're kind of moving that way from what I remember. That's crawling. Crawling's kind of like bear crawling. Like bear crawling's another, like a name I've heard for it, like when it cuts to like an exercise version of it. But like crawling, last time I knew was that. It was a bit more, you're on your stomach on the ground and you're like But, you know, think of like a baby crawling. A baby ain't like crouch walking around. No, it's usually like on the floor, just kind of moving. You know, just kind of moving its arms and legs and just kind of managing to move itself a little bit. So I don't know why they used the word crawling. They definitely used the wrong word for this. Or I'm misunderstanding what they mean. But when I see crawling animation, I assume they mean the crouch walk animation. Which again, it's not crawling because there's no crawling in Dead by Daylight. That's not a thing any character can do. Besides, no, actually, not even who I was thinking of. They just walk like everyone else. So, yeah, not sure why they used the word crawling. Fix an issue where the clown's outfit, Lethal Scarecrow, which I believe is an outfit I don't have for him, but I've definitely seen it, I'm pretty sure, was missing the bottom part of the pants during kicking missions. That's kind of weird. Fix an issue where repairing a generator is Lara Croft while equipping the teal throwback cosmetic caused dislocated arms. That's concerning. Fix an issue where the mastermind was unable to interrupt vaulting throughout during Burn Bound Cool animation. That's also concerning. That one kind of affects the gameplay a little bit. So that's definitely something that's a little bit more concerning. Fix an issue where the mastermind was unable to move after missing one virulent bound with 2 charges left. That's also concerning. Fix an issue where it's possible to consume all the mastermind's dash units while holding the dash input. That's also concerning. That's normally not how that works. Like, I believe I've held it before, and you usually just do like 1, and then I think you have to kind of press it again. Fix an issue where the mastermind's virulent bound dash had a small delay between the first and second dash. Well, I mean, I'm glad Wesker got some seemingly pretty good little bug fixes, because some of those are kind of affect gameplay a little bit. Environment / maps. Fix an issue where the lighting in the basement was incorrect in Trickster's solution. I don't even know what the basement looks like or where it could be on that map. Greenville Square, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, Fallen Refuge, and Ormond's Lake Mine. I mean, lighting in basements kind of whatever, but it's nice that they fixed it. Fix an issue in Pale Rose where a trap was flooding a hotel of the structures. That's kind of weird. Fix an issue in Treatment Feeder where a hook was stuck in acid. So that one is definitely a problem. You need all your hooks to be accessible. Because you just never know. So I'm happy that got fixed, seemingly. Fix an issue in Ironworks and Mystery where 2 tons would spawn close to each other. Fix an issue in Rancid Abattoir where a collision is placed above the visual asset. Fix an issue in Tobo Landing where Snook could not vault off a ledge of the main building. Fix an issue in Treatment Theater where a pool of devotion could not be interacted with. Fix an issue in Pale Rose where it was impossible to place a trapezoid locations on the second floor of the ferry boat. Perks. Fix an issue where the perk Quick and Quiet could be used just before the cooldown ends, which made the vault sound to the server. Interesting. A lot of interesting fixes in this one, I feel like. UI. Fix an issue where a red glow was appearing behind prestige levels outside the loadout menu. That's kind of weird to think about, honestly. Fix an issue where some store bundle banners were shifted to the right. Fix an issue where match details would not be displayed in the tally screen. Animation, fix an issue blocking rotation of survivors and killers in the lobby. And finally, known issues. Mirror Illusion is unable to be placed on the short side of a free side generator when used for the second time. We're gonna live forever. Healing buff persists into the injured state. Wow. When using medkits, characters would be unable to move during the tutorial trials if two accounts are linked to the Xbox, and the player using the Xbox account is not set to allow game automatically. I don't even understand that Xbox one, if I'm being honest with you. That one. The wording of that one is very weird. I don't understand that Xbox thing at all. I got kind of confused reading that. But, alright, so final thoughts. You know, it was nice that this one, a lot of times when they say bug fixes, it's just bug fixes. There's nothing that, like, truly affects gameplay in the sense of, like, a character getting opening stuff. But this one actually had some updates, right? We got Trickster, some updates. And gotta say, he's got some interesting ones for sure. The restoration meter decay delay, which is, you know, not add-on specific for him. I think that's nice. I think it's nice that it doesn't. I think that's nice, especially considering how Style Rank is so dependent now on doing certain things to get you points to get to that next, you know, letter grade. So I think that's nice because that should allow people a little bit of an easier time to rank up to some of those perhaps more beneficial levels, but levels that might take a bit more hard work to get out of. The add-ons sounded fine. You know, I think there were a couple where I was kind of like, this might be a little too nutty, or there may have been a couple where I was just kind of like, this is kind of whatever. I can't fully remember. But I mean, that feels nice to me that they're, you know, that they're doing. And they reworked free add-ons, and I liked pretty much all the reworked ones. I didn't really have an issue with any of them. I kind of liked all the reworked ones. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, ring the bell, do all the algorithmic garbage. It helps us out a lot and means a lot to us. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.